everybody, Mariana with Three Peaks Classroom. So today I'm going to recommend to you another story in my series for Canadian Black History Month. And this story we typically use for the beginning days of school, but I'm going to challenge you to use it during Black History Month as well. So this story is of course The Day You Begin. I'm sure many of us have seen it. And it does feature a character, a black character in the story, but it also features characters from a variety of cultures as well. The reason why I love this story is because it talks about feeling like an outsider. So, feeling like you don't belong. And that's basically what it comes down to when we talk about Black History Month, is that Black people or people of color don't feel like they belong sometimes, and that's because of the way society might treat them. Now, while I read this story to my students, a quote that really sticks out to me while I read it to them is that it takes bravery to go forth even when you feel like an outsider. So if you've never actually read the story, The Day You Begin, it's about a little girl who's asked a question that we very often ask our students on the very first day of school, and that question is, what did you do this summer? The girl is feeling like an outsider because her classmates are all sharing these grand adventure stories. They went to Paris, they traveled there, they went camping, but she actually didn't go anywhere over the summertime, and she didn't even leave her apartment. She stayed at home taking care of her younger sister and reading stories. But throughout the story, she realizes that she actually did have an amazing summer because she felt like she went a lot of places through all the books that she has read. And so the moment that she realizes that she has something to contribute, she takes that step, takes that courageous step and shares her story in front of the class. And what's beautiful is that when she's done sharing, another classmate makes a connection with her and they relate. And he says, hey, your name is like my sister's name. And together they share that bond. And so I think it's a powerful story that talks about it takes bravery to take that first step, but when you do and when you share your story, magical, powerful things can happen and you begin to connect with people. So that idea of sharing your story or sharing your experiences is what led me to creating this activity that you can use in your classroom. And again, if you go on my TPT shop, you can download this activity for free. It's a 2-page document. The first page talks about 2 different activities that you can do. So the first one is called heart stamping, and the second one is eyes closed with steps. And so both of them follow a similar format where, for example, heart stamping, students will have a picture of a heart, and every time they relate to a statement that the teacher makes, they're going to stamp the heart. And then at the end of the activity, everybody sees that everybody has stamps on their heart, so everybody has experienced some form of feeling like an outsider. The other activity is eyes closed with steps, is basically students form 2 lines facing each other, they have their eyes closed, and when the teacher says a statement, then the students take a step forward. And eventually you'll see that all students will be scattered throughout the gym or wherever you are doing your activity. And the second page of the document actually has a list of statements that you can ask your students if they've ever resonated with that. So for example, have you ever experienced anybody mispronouncing your name? Or have you ever been teased for liking something that nobody else in the group likes? So there's a list here of statements that you can use for these activities. So yeah, absolutely. This story is great to read for the beginning of the school year because you want your students to feel welcome and to share their stories. But it's also a great story for Black History Month because it talks about feeling like an outsider, and that is the whole premise about Canadian Black History Month. Black people, people of color, being segregated and physically feeling like outsiders, but also being discriminated against and injustices happening to them. So it's a great springboard into having discussions about Black History Month. So I hope you enjoyed my recommendation for day 5 of my Canadian Black History Month series. If you didn't catch yesterday's or my last recommendation on Friday, I recommended the book My Name is Blessing for a multitude of reasons. Please make sure that you subscribe to this channel so that you can stay up to date with all of my recommendations. I appreciate so much that you are watching this video. Thank you very much. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I will catch you guys in the next video.